Hey gang, this is Joric. Thank you so much for watching again. Today's topic is another quick one. Reasons why I think that you should use an attorney, and a Portuguese attorney, when moving to Portugal or living here on a permanent basis, even if you're retiring. So I'm going to go into a few reasons why we utilized one and we feel like it's worth the cost. You're going to spend a lot of money to move over here, move your goods, things of that nature, your household items, or maybe you sell everything and start fresh here, who knows. You may do that, but I want to make sure that an attorney, I think, is important and is worth it. You don't have to do or utilize an attorney for much, if any of this. If you have a legal background or if you know someone that knows a lot about the law, great. But for us, it's more of a security blanket. I'll call it our Peanuts Linus security blanket, to be able to have it and utilize, their expertise when needed. So first thing, the immigration process, getting the ball rolling back in the States, coordinating appointments with Portuguese embassy back home, making sure documentation, you might have to run around and get things depending on what's needed, making sure you have your work contract if you're working. There may be other requirements if you're coming in and you're doing retirement in Portugal. They can just make sure they can declutter all of the videos like myself and others put out, as well as websites on what is the latest and greatest that you need to satisfy immigration requirements here in Portugal. So it's, for us, it was mostly the same information, but there were some conflicting things and some documents that one person said you got to do this, another website did that, another video said another. An attorney kind of squared it for us and said, here's exactly what you need. I'm going to help you through this. So there was a peace of mind that doing it ourselves, we wanted the peace of mind. So to me, that is the biggest thing. And part of, I'll say 1A to this, is your SEF appointment. As I said in the prior video, you're going to have to deal with SEF. It may go great. It may go sideways. Having someone there that speaks the language, knows the immigration law, knows when you're knows what a representative in the Portugal immigration office can and can't ask. That's all very important stuff, I think, because we wouldn't know. And we also don't speak the language. We sort of do, but I don't want to, disgrace the Portuguese language by speaking Portuguese. That does not sound very Portuguese in these videos. So that's it. It's immigration by far is a big thing. It's the most important. It's the most time consuming. Second one is help with your local tax agency. Each little district or community set up with a location, kind of a tax office where we bought our property. We had to go there and kind of register, if you will. I think that's what they called it, registration, to be able to say, here's where we lived, and make sure that the taxes were applied in this particular district or municipality. We went with our attorney. So thankfully, some of the ladies in the tax office did speak some English, which was fantastic. But we spoke to 3 ladies with our attorney, who gave our attorney 3 different answers. They were all speaking Portuguese, but 3 different answers to the same question. So we actually went to a different location that she said might be able to give us what we want. So we ended up going to a second location, and we ended up getting kind of registered, if you will, with our apartment, and just making sure that we didn't have any issues come tax time, and we were set up in a compliant manner per the Portuguese government. That was important because we wouldn't have known how to set that up. We could go online to see, but knowing that the attorney was being challenged and had frustration, going, okay, she's been here for 20 years. She also immigrated here from another country, but she knows the law inside and out, and she was having frustration. So I don't know if that made us feel better. It made us validate why we needed her, because we would be more frustrated if it was just us trying to figure it out. The next thing, filing your NHR status, or filing for NHR status. If you're not sure what that is, it's the non-habitual residence tax regime or scheme that allows you 10 years of reduced taxes, or I'll say capped taxes, for working people that are not retired. It's capped at 20% for that 10-year period. If you're retired, it used to be 0, but they changed that to Portuguese government wants 10%, or will tax 10%, which is still low by many country standards, even former U.S. But depending on what type of retirement investments you have, that might be tax-free to you in the U.S. It may not be a good situation after the 10-year mark. But I would highly encourage you, if you're living here or retired, file for the 10-year, the NHR status, and it's something that an attorney can help take care of very quickly for you. I think our attorney did it very expeditiously for both of us, and it was very helpful, because although it was pretty straightforward what to do, she was able to do it very easily for us. Lastly, contracts, and this would be for an attorney back in the U.S., Canada, or wherever else you may live, having someone review rental contracts, purchase agreements for either property, business, you name it, any type of interaction that would require a contract. It's important for me just because my background was in human resources for many years, so reviewing contracts and kind of trying to figure out the good and the bad of what an employer had in them, or what employees' rights were, is something that just kind of comes second nature. So I like reading contracts. I don't always understand them, but having an attorney that knows the language, knows the legal language, very helpful. And it helped with our purchase agreement of our apartment. It was all in Portuguese. I mean, all the contracts, even setting up electric bills and your phone and internet, water, it's all Portuguese. You can get the translate either on your laptop or phone, which is helpful, because then that way you can see it in English. But just in case, the translation doesn't always, how shall I put it, make sense when it goes from Portuguese to English, having someone available. We have not had to use our attorney much. The last time we did was our most recent SEF appointment. But once we got all of our utilities set up, we got our place purchased, it's sparingly that we need to have any contact. But we know that if anything comes up in the future, business opportunities, employment opportunities, things of that nature, we can go through and use this person. So I would recommend using an attorney. These are my reasons for it. I hope you find that helpful. If you don't think you need an attorney, more power to you. You've got a lot more confidence than I do, so hopefully it works out for you. But if you have any trepidation at all, find one, and we can give you some information about some attorneys that we've utilized if you want to message. But please leave comments if you have any thoughts, or if you have any good experiences with attorneys, or if you have any bad experiences. We'd love to kind of hear that too and talk through it. So hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I hope these are worthwhile to you. Please subscribe, tell your friends if anyone's coming to Portugal to follow me, and have yourself a great day. Take care.